Hey guys, welcome to the Bryant Report. I'm your host, Mike Bryant, and I'm back again with another Buford Pusser video. And this will be a much shorter video than the last one. Uh, but in this video, we're going to take a look at the blood pattern analysis videos that the TBI did in relation to the investigation into Pauline Pusser's murder. And I basically let you know I got my copy of the TBI report today. I ordered the thumb drive for $50 and got it in the mail. And ever since this afternoon, I've been pouring through it, going through all the audio recordings, video recordings, documents, and there is a ton of information. And I'm gonna probably put out a couple of videos today, a couple of shorter videos, and then there'll be a longer one tomorrow. Yeah, today I was going to take a look at the testing that they did on the blood pattern analysis. And for those of you that may not know, there was, at the scene of the crime on Buford's patrol car, they had found some blood drops on the hood of the car. And so the people that, for those that feel that Buford is guilty, that is one of the main pieces of evidence that they point to as proof that he murdered his wife, and that he had somehow or another, he had her outside the car. He shot her outside the car. That's her blood on the hood. And then he placed her back in the car and then staged the ambush. That seems to be the working theory of the folks that feel that he's guilty, and also the TBI, apparently. And so that's why I felt like it would be important to take a look at this. Now, mind you, at the time there was some blood scrapings that they took from the hood and sent it off for testing to try to figure out whose blood it was, because that would have made a big difference, right? I mean, if you could tie that blood to Pauline, then that almost assuredly shoots a hole in his ambush theory, and points more to his guilt. Well, they sent that off for testing and it was inconclusive. So to this day, nobody knows for 100% whose blood that is. Could be his, could be hers, but we'll never know. It's inconclusive. But anyway, the TBI went ahead and I guess they decided to do some testing to try to, I guess, see if they could recreate the blood spatter on the hood. And so this is what that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. So first, I'm going to pull up. Let's see here if I can get this document up here. All right, so this is the document, the actual document, the write-up of the testing. And let's see if let's zoom it in just a little bit more here so everybody can see. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, so author was Special Agent Michael Parson. This was conducted, I believe, on the 19th of October, 2023. And let's see. Description: investigative activity, blood stain pattern analysis testing at the National Forensic Academy in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, October 19th, 2023. And we'll scroll down here. And it says, on Thursday, October 19th, 2023, ASAC Michael Parson, Kansas Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Corey Latham, and National Forensic Academy Training Specialist Jason Jones conducted 3 series of blood stain pattern analysis testing using a Colt Python 357 Magnum and scouring sponges. Prior to the testing, Special Agent Ryan Shanklin had located a 1966 Plymouth Fury and measured the area from the ground to the top of the hood, and the measurements revealed this to be 30 inches tall. Biographical information included that Buford was approximately 6 feet 6 inches tall. Buford stated to TBI Special Agent Warren Jones that he was carrying his .357 on the day of the alleged ambush on August 12, 1967. A plastic table covered with butcher paper was used to replicate the hood of a 1966 Plymouth Fury at 30 inches off the ground. Approximate measurements were taken from the surface of the table at 48 inches to represent the height of Buford at 6 feet 6 inches tall. In the first two tests, a string held a scouring sponge measured at approximately 2.25 inches in size. In the third test, the whole scouring was used and measured at approximately 4.5 inches in size. ASAC Michael Parson fired one round with a .357 at the sponge on each of the tests to replicate the blood spatter observed on the hood of Buford's vehicle on August 12, 1967. Okay, so that's your parameters. That's the description of what we're going to see, and I've got the video clips. There's 3 video clips I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show the clips first, and then after watching the clips, we'll go over what some interesting things or what I think was wrong with this test. And so let me see if I can go ahead. We'll pull that off the screen. Okay, this is what I wanted. That's probably as big as I'm going to be able to get it. Hold on, let me see if I can. Let's see if I can make this any bigger. Okay, all right, yeah, that's better. And let me see if I can boost the audio. All right, folks. Here we go. So this is the first clip, and I apologize for all the delays here, but this is the first clip, and so he's going to fire it, and then we'll see what happens.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right, so he fired it, and didn't look like he got the results that he wanted. But so that was the first firing, and we'll move on to the next one here. Let's see if I can get this.
Hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
All right, hold on. Yeah, this is going to be painful. I guess I'm going to have to do this the hard way each time. Okay. All right, this is video clip number 2. And I apologize for the snafus here. So this is the second effort, and I'll go ahead and play it, and then we'll watch the third one.
Hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole. Get the string, didn't we? Yeah. Sorry. That's all right.
All right. So there was the second clip, the second testing. And we'll go ahead and see if I can pull up this last one.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
Okay, all right, let's see. Bear with me, bear with me. We'll get this going. Share, and then we'll make it bigger, and then we'll rewind it. All right, this is the final test. So We'll take a look and see what happens.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole. You got some back spatter? Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's fun. Swung around though.
That may have been it.
Yeah. But that's a lot more consistent with.
Okay. All right, folks. That was the 3 tests that were conducted. They fired the 357 round or 357 3 times to try to to get some blood spatter pattern analysis, if you will. And on the second one, I don't know if you caught it, but the string actually broke, so I think that kind of messed up the test a little bit. And I don't know if you caught it, but on the first 2 tests, the sponge was smaller size, and so I guess they took the regular size sponge and they cut it down in size, and then on the third one they used the full sponge. And these were just normal dollar store sponges. You know the ones that you get that's got the green scouring pad on one side and the sponge on the other. That's all they were using. I mean, butcher paper, fold up table, pretty simple stuff. I think they did have a measuring tape. They did have a ruler, pencil to make markings, but yeah, that was those clips. But let me show you something. Let me show you something. A big flaw in what they were doing. Well, there's actually 2, but there's one really big one, and I'm gonna see if you guys can see it. Let me pull up. I think it doesn't matter which clip they do. They do it in all 3, but I'm gonna pull up number 3 here, and just bear with me for a second. Bear with me, and let's see if we can share screen. And here we go. Share it. Make it bigger. All right. So let's take a look here. Let me see if I can show you something. Now, he's about to pull the trigger, okay, on the 3rd test. Now, take a look at that and see if you can spot there's 2 flaws, but there's one really, really, really glaring. I mean, and again, and you know what, folks, full disclosure, I am not a forensic specialist at all. I'm not a gun expert. I'm not I'm not anything. I mean, I have law enforcement experience. I used to be an investigator. I went to military police investigator school. I have a degree in criminal justice. And of course, I deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. I have a ton of firing time on the range for sure. But I think even almost a blind man can spot the very, very obvious. And anybody that's handled a firearm should be able to spot this. But yeah, look at the way he's holding that pistol, and look at the direction. Look at the direction here. Or excuse me, let's put the mouse over. Yeah, just look at the direction of where that gun is pointed. I'm going to play this one more time and see if you can spot. Actually, let's see if we can spot where that round. Okay, he's pulled the trigger. And the round actually impacts in the ground right behind the table there, the hood. Because remember, this is supposed to replicate the hood of the Plymouth Fury, Buford's Plymouth Fury. Now, I'm gonna let it run one more time.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
So yeah, he shot and right into the ground behind the hood. So this is supposed to be, they're supposed to be recreating what happened here or testing their theories out, but in order to get the proper blood spatter that they were looking for, or at least close to it, they fired into the ground. Now, that ground, in real life, that ground would be the Plymouth Fury. So, where is the bullet hole? Where is, if their theory is correct, and that's what they had to do to replicate the blood spatter, where where is the bullet hole at the and it would have to be because they fired downward behind the hood, so there's got to be a bullet at the base of the center of that windshield. Now there is a bullet hole in the windshield, but everybody agreed that that was an outward bullet that came from inside the car out. This right here, he's firing straight down behind the hood. So, where is the bullet hole at the base of the windshield? Got to ask yourself that question. So, all you folks out there that have been singing the praises of the TBI report and the TBI and their forensic testing, this right here is just another glaring example of, just the haphazard way they slapped all this together. I mean, it kind of shoots a hole, no pun intended, in the whole theory that Buford shot his wife in front of the car. I mean, this right here certainly doesn't prove it. I mean, and this is supposed to be. I mean, this is supposed to be the. Where was this at? Where was this at? This was at the National Forensic Academy, excuse me, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The National Forensic Academy. These are supposed to be the experts, and we're out here shooting holes in the ground, just doing all kinds of craziness. And not only that, but if you noticed, the sponge, he had the other flaw in the testing was where he had the placement of the sponge. Because remember, the sponge is supposed to represent Pauline's head. Now, Pauline was a short woman. Bear with me a second. Excuse me, got a little throat situation going on there, but apologize for that. But remember, Pauline, it was a short woman, by all accounts, 5'2", and so if the hood of the car, if they are simulating that the hood, that table represents 30 inches off the ground, well, 30 inches is what is that? It's 2.5 feet. So double that would be what? So you would go another 32 inches high. That would give you your 5'2" of Pauline. Well, they had the sponge placed at 48 inches. So that would have been over her head. So they're shooting over her head, into the ground. So it makes no sense. And you don't have to be some sort of super forensic specialist just to know physics. You know what I'm saying? Just to know measurements. Be familiar with firearms. Be familiar with an automobile. That's all we're asking. And so this looks like something that they just threw together last minute, and they brought in somebody from who was it? The Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and then you had the TBI agent there, and then you had this forensic specialist from the National Forensic Academy, and then they just went out somewhere in the woods, and that didn't even look like level field. And if you're going to conduct a test, why couldn't you have conducted that test out on New Hope Road? I mean, as low rent and as low budget as it was, I don't see why you couldn't have conducted that right out on New Hope Road. But anywho, that I thought you guys might be interested in that. I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of your time. I wanted you to see those videos because there's been much made of those, and I know a certain author out there that likes to tout this forensic evidence. And well, that's the forensic evidence, folks. I just showed it to you. You make your own opinion. I can't think for you, but I think I pretty well demonstrated it. Go back and you can rewind and rewatch and slow pause and look at things for yourself. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, I got the thumb drive today. I'm going to be putting out another video later on today, and then probably have another one early tomorrow. As I go through this report, I'm going to be churning out the videos because I know you guys want to see it. And I think the truth needs to get out there. I think it's high time that we need to get rid of the hearsay. We need to get rid of the storytellers, the booksellers, and get the real truth out there, and that's all I'm trying to do. I know people have accused me of, I don't know what they're accusing me of, really. I've seen all kinds of names and accusations thrown my way. Like I said at the beginning, I have no dog in the fight. I'm all about just getting to the truth, and that's all it is. And if you're going to bring me a report and some evidence, well, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to see if it makes sense. So that's all I'm doing. And but hey, thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up on the way out. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. 100% free. I appreciate anybody that watches, and hope you guys are having a good week. Hope you got something fun planned for the weekend. And I will see you guys on the next video. So take care, everybody.